Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bunmi here. And I posed a question and I was saying, have you ever thought that maybe your problem is that the pain you're in just isn't bad enough? Well, Les Brown tells this story about this man who is going to work every day, walking down the street. And as he's walking to work every day, he passes this old man sitting on his porch with his dog sitting next to him. And this dog is just howling, right? Monday he's howling, Tuesday he's howling, Wednesday he's howling. Every day of the week is like, why is this dog like always just sitting there on his porch next to this man howling? And so one day, the man walking to work decided to stop and just ask the guy on his porch, like, I walk past here every day and I see your dog howling. Like, what's wrong with him? Why is he making this noise every day just sitting there? And the man was like, oh, that's because he's sitting on a rusty nail. And the man walking to work was like, well, why doesn't he just get up? And then the man sitting on the porch said, because it doesn't hurt bad enough. Maybe your issue is that the pain you're in doesn't hurt bad enough for you to really go all in and do something about it. I mean, have you ever thought, I'm not saying that is your case. I'm just saying, have you ever thought that maybe that's the issue? Now, let me tell you why I bring that up, because being a leader in network marketing, an entrepreneur who leads teams, being in this industry for years and years, let me tell you what I've seen. I've seen so many people who, with their mouth, they say they want it bad. They say they want to make six figures. I want financial freedom. I want to be a millionaire. They've got great goals and dreams and ambitions. But then when it comes time to actually put in the work, and you observe them, the work and the activity doesn't seem to quite match up to what they said they wanted. And you look and you think, but you say you're not making enough money on your job, and you say you can't travel where you want to, and you can't shop in the stores that you want to shop in, and you can't give to your church and other places the way you want to give, right? Shouldn't that be enough to make you go out here and do whatever you need to do, talk to more people, make more calls, do more presentations, learn the skills? But no, it's not enough, because a lot of people, listen to this, guys, a lot of people are uncomfortable in their uncomfortability. Let me say this. They're comfortable in their uncomfortability, right? So they're literally in a comfort zone where they say, oh man, I don't have enough money. I can't do the things I want to. This economic condition doesn't feel good. But the pain isn't bad enough for them to really do something about it. Like, I don't like being able to not be able to have to pay all my bills, everything on time and ahead of time. But, I've been doing this forever. I'm kind of used to it, just the way my mother did it. So, hey, such is life, right? So they just decide to be comfortable in this uncomfortable space. And so the pain is not bad enough. So they keep howling. They keep complaining. They keep talking about not having enough money. They keep talking about, oh, I hate this job. They keep talking about, oh, I don't have enough time because I'm always at work. But that's what they do. That's them howling like that dog every day, howling and complaining. But the pain of that rusty nail isn't enough to make them get up and actually do something aggressively, take the actions, aggressively gain the skills. Like, what are you going to do? I remember I've always been the type of person where I've been like self-motivated, thank God. But one of the things that motivated me was or it still does, is like when I see what other people have achieved, and I know God is no respecter of persons. What he did for them, he can do for me. What he does for me, he can do for you. But am I willing to do what they did to get what they got? That's what I had to ask myself. There were many years that I struggled financially, many, many years. But in that, I didn't just settle. I was working. I was humping. I was putting it in. Even when people were like, oh, it seems like you're working so much, but I don't see the results of this work. I knew that one day, there's a principle called seed time and harvest. I knew that if I planted enough seeds, my harvest was going to come. So I didn't stop. I didn't quit when people said, oh, that's not working. Shouldn't you just throw in the towel? Why don't you just sit down and be still? Why don't you just go get a good job? Which at one point I had to do in 2004. I was so broke. Right? Always been trying. Since I was 19, I've been trying different stuff on the side, doing a little network marketing, making a little money here and there. 2004, guys, I was like, man, I got to do something to help my family. So I had my degree. I went back and I got a job in Baltimore City as a school teacher, right? Hated it, loved the kids, couldn't stand the job. I'm like psychologically unemployable, but shoot, $40,000 a year was everything to me back then. I was like, yeah, I got an extra $40,000. I can finally pay bills, right? My checks aren't bouncing. That was back when we were writing checks still, 2004. My checks aren't bouncing. I got money in my checking account. I don't like this job. I'm crying in the parking lot. I got ulcers, but I got my $40,000. Well, come the end of that year, I couldn't do it anymore. I said, this does not agree with me. I'm thankful for that $40,000 minus the taxes, because you know with taxes, you don't get all your $40,000. So I was glad for that little breather, but it was so bad for me that the pain of that job was so fervent and real. I said, I gotta do something different. I'm not coming back to this job. I'm not working for Mr. Miller. I am getting out of Edgecombe Circle Elementary School and doing something different. I gotta make something happen. So that next year, so that was, I think, 2003 to 2004, right? Thank God, a business opportunity came along. And I put everything into this opportunity. I stepped up and did the conference calls. I was on every conference call with guests. I was planning. I was setting goals. I was getting up early. I was staying in bed late. I was making calls every day. I was getting it in. That first year, it was a new company. That first year, I won Independent Rep of the Year from the CEO because they saw my work and they saw my effort. First year, I think I was still only making like $3,000 a month, but we had a business meeting, and the CEO was like, you stand up and you be proud of your $3,000, because this is $3,000 you're making from home part-time, where before you were just barely making $3,000. You had to go to a job that you hated. So this $3,000 you're making from home, don't see it as just a little $3,000, Bunmi. No, this is a powerful $3,000 that you can inspire other people with, because you are making that in your own business, with the tax deductions of a business owner, with your time being your own and not have to be in somebody's four walls like you hated being. So I had to embrace that $3,000. Like, yeah, I'm proud of my $3,000. But guess what? $3,000, you don't stop. You don't rest on your laurels. You celebrate your wins. Yay, I got the $3,000. I was excited about that, but there was so much more that I wanted. I remember getting a piece of paper and I listed out for every single month what I had now as far as the size of my team, how many new people I was going to bring in, how many personal people I was going to recruit, how much money that should give me. And I listed that out for every month, right? And I did that for 2 years. And before the end of that 2 years, I was in a six-figure income. I'd gone from 2004 and beyond and before to all kinds of financial tragedy that I was in, to being able to make a decent income from home, okay, after a year, $3,000 of putting in work. The next year, guys, because I didn't stop, because I'm like, I gotta make this happen, because I'm like, I'm average, I want to be somebody, I don't like mediocrity, I'm ready to do something big with my life. That next year, I was making more money than I ever made before. I remember when I got my first $7,000 check, I was like, oh my God, I made $7,000 in a month. I called my girlfriend, Kenya. I said, Kenya, I got $7,000. Look, I was married to Tiny. You want to tell my husband, because I'm like, he may start spending more money, right? But that didn't stop there. Before the end of that year, I was at over $15,000 a month. And the people in the bank, I was bringing in the checks every single month of 5 figures. And that was back when we would get checks, not direct deposits. And they were like, had to check it out, call the company, make sure everything was good. I mean, $16,000 a month isn't a lot for some people. But at that time, I was 35 years old, just getting into 6-figure income. And I was like, yes. But what happened? I worked. The pain was bad, so bad for me. The pain of not having, the pain of having to work a job, the struggle. I said, I got to leave this job and I got to do something. So I'm telling you guys, I was making it happen. And back then, as far as the internet, I didn't know anything about internet marketing. Maybe we used emails, but it was old school networking. It was the phone. It was a written prospect list in a book right here, and calling people and piquing interest and getting people out to meetings in the cold, getting people out to meetings in the rain. That's what we had to do coming up in network marketing. Now people get to stay home with their cozy little webinars and Zooms in the snow, still doing a presentation. We had to be good inviters, great inviters. When you have to invite somebody out and get them to a meeting when it's 32 degrees outside, when it's raining outside, that's how you gain your skills and you get good. When you can get so good that every week you got to get people showing up, leaving their comfort of their home after work, coming to a meeting from 7 to 9. Come on now. That's why I just give it up to old school network marketers, right? Old school network marketers. We had to get it in in a lot harder ways than people have now. Now people can learn how to send out a text blast and, talk to 1,000 people at one time. And, social media allows you to play the game in front of your fans bigger than you can without social media. So nobody really has any excuse. But if you're an old school network marketer, I applaud you, and you made something happen. I absolutely applaud you, because we gained those skills on how to make the invitation, how to invite people to take a look at our product, to take a look at our opportunity. And none of it was from a computer. There might have been a video, but people had to come to that hotel. Y'all remember the days of hotel meetings, right? Right. So as I start to end this, let me get back to the question. When are you going to get to the point where the pain is bad enough? Like, people are either motivated by pain or pleasure. When are you going to get to the point where the pain is bad enough, where you say enough is enough? I'm doing whatever it takes and a little bit more. That's what you got to do. Whatever it takes and a little bit more. No more time for excuses, blaming other people, acquiescing and saying, I don't know. One of my mentors said, in this information age, in this age of information, ignorance is a choice. Ooh, that's tight, but it's right. In this age of information, ignorance is a choice. So if there's something that you don't know that you need to know to expand your business, Google it. If it's something you don't know that you need to know, get on YouTube. All the information is there and it is free. So we can say, oh, we don't know. There's things I don't know how to do, but it's my fault I don't know how to do them, or I haven't learned. The information is out there, whether it's free or paid. All I got to do is figure it out and then apply it. That's all you got to do, is figure it out and apply it. So what are the skills that you need to learn to get to where you need to get? Maybe it's not even the skills. Maybe you know enough. Maybe it's just the application. Maybe you got to get the discipline so that you can work put in the work that you need to put in. Maybe you have to develop more consistency. Maybe you give up too easily when people tell you no and you get your little feelings hurt and you stop making your calls or stop sending your messages or however it is that you get your information out. Maybe you're scared, like what people going to think of me, and you know you should be making videos every day. But you're so worried about what other people think, and believe me, people ain't thinking about you. So you're not making your videos because you have some false evidence appearing real. There's something you're scared of that's keeping you from making the videos, and it doesn't even really exist, that you are making up in your mind that's keeping your money away from you. But you're not doing it. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just asking the questions because you got to figure it out. But I just knew there was a certain lifestyle that I wanted for myself. I just knew that there were certain conditions. I'm not going out like that. Like, there's no way, with all the money in America, with all the abundance out here, with all the people who are achieving, I'm not going to not be one. I'm not going to not be one. Whatever they got, I've got. If I don't have it, I can cultivate it. So, yeah, I'm not going to be on my deathbed being like, dag, I wish I had, I should have, would have, could. No, I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to figure out what it takes and do whatever I got to do to make sure the job gets done. So that's just me. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But what made me, make this video is, as a leader now in this industry, I've been a leader for a while now, over 15 years. But as a leader in this industry of network marketing, your heart, when you really care about people, your heart is just like, you see a lot of people and they're struggling and they just, they want to make it and they're just like, their actions are congruent with what they say they want to do. And a lot of times it's just a lot of things. You got to figure out what it is for you, because sometimes it's you haven't given it enough time. Like, I was sowing seeds for a long time and I didn't see the results necessarily of those seeds. But what you got to understand, that things are happening in the spiritual realm that you can't see, just haven't manifested yet. You just got to give it enough time, right? So your thing could be that you just haven't given it enough time. Maybe you're putting in the work, maybe you're making the sacrifices. I always say convenience and greatness don't mix. So, maybe you are sacrificing and you're being inconvenienced for a little while because you're working on being great, but the manifestation isn't here yet just because of the time thing. Or it may be you're not putting in the work. Could be that. Could be like maybe you're on again, off again. One day you are on and then the next day you're not. 1 week you're consistent and the next week you're not. So it could be a thing of inconsistency. That could potentially be your problem. What's up, Sheila? What's up, Felicia? How y'all doing? What's up, Kenyon? Kenyon been on his video game with the young money moguls out there. So, so it could be the inconsistency thing. It could be lack of persistence. Maybe you give up too easily and then you company hop. So you try one thing. Oh, man, that doesn't work. I didn't make, money in 6 months. So, hey, let me try this thing. So you never get your footing because you're not persistent, because you're giving up too soon. That could be the problem. Another thing that it could be is maybe you're treating your business like a hobby instead of a business. So you're like, oh, I'm going to try one of them things. I'm going to sign up and see what happens. Like, sign up and see what happens. I don't know. I've never signed up and see what happens because I'm a creator. I create what happens. So you can't sign up and see. Maybe you can sign up and see if you look at yourself this time and how you're going to, as Sheila said, your bank account reflects your energy, right? So maybe you're going to see how you hone in and cultivate your energy to produce that result that you are looking to manifest. But so maybe it's, maybe it's just that you aren't stepping up to actually do the work that you need to do. Maybe you don't know. Like a lot of times people think like, oh, I'm going to sign up, I don't pay my money, and money is just going to kind of fall out of the sky. Or I can call a few people. Yeah, I'm going to call girlfriend here, she gonna sign up, and this person, that person. You think of 5 people, and out of the 5, maybe 1 signs up, and then you get all disappointed, and you don't realize you really got to be an entrepreneur. Like maybe you have a hobby kind of mentality of the just I'm gonna try this, but you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset where I'm going to create this. Maybe that's your problem, that you're not walking in your creative power. You're walking in I'm gonna try power. Like, try to pick up this cord. I can't try to pick up this cord. Either I'm going to pick it up or I'm not. I can't. What does it look like to try and pick up the cord? No, I'm going to either pick it up or I'm not. Same thing. You got to look, either you're going to do it or you're not. I mean, that's it. There is no try. Wasn't that in the movie somewhere too? Yeah. So, anyway, so to thine own self be true, and just figure out, for you, what is it? What is it that's been holding you back? Oh, a big thing. I don't know if this will be fully your issue, but like I'm in the process now. Y'all gonna see me talking a lot about decluttering. I am so excited about decluttering my house. But don't you all understand? Wouldn't you agree that like when your surroundings are neat and things in place, can't you just think better? There's really something that happens in our brain that helps our brains to work more efficiently when we are decluttered and organized. You can focus better. You really can. So even though straightening up your desk is not an income producing activity, it's something that's still good to do. So you can't count that as like business time, but you still it's great to work in an organized environment. Sometimes that helps people to do better. So anyway, there's so many ideas I got. Maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you're going to need a buddy to work together. Maybe you need to do more personal development. I mean, so many issues it could be. It could be one thing or it could be all of them. Just explore it and then just get to the point where you're like, you know what? That's it. The pain is enough. I don't want the pain to get any more. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to give off this rusty nail because I don't want the pain to get any greater. And I am ready to absolutely do something that I've never done so I can get results that I never had. All right, guys, let's all do that in this 2021. We're in the 2nd month of the year, right? So almost finished halfway through the 2nd month. We still would have 10 more months left, and you can create some magic in this next 10 months. Felicia says, oh my gosh, I am decluttering my office and every little thing I get done makes me feel so much better. Doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Guys, I was working with my VA today. You may see a post on my wall. I was working with my VA today to get my schedule, like get it out of my head, down into my Google Calendar, setting my alarm, structuring my day. I'm so thankful to my VA from the Philippines to help me get myself organized. And then, let me tell y'all, the law of attraction is real. It's so real. Last week, I had said, I wish that cleaning companies also had organizers. Like, to me, that should just be a thing where your cleaning company, you can hire this division and they can organize. Because oftentimes I got to straighten up my house before the cleaning people come, right? So I think it was that same day, I'm searching through Facebook and then I come across this woman's profile. I'm looking and it talks about home organizer. I'm like, are you serious? And she works for a company called Judy on the Spot. And so I go to Judy on the Spot and I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is everything I've been thinking mentally that I wanted for myself. They organize your drawers and your linen closets and your garage and your regular closets and your office. I'm like, yes. Oh my God. I'm telling y'all don't know how grateful I was. Thank you, Lord. Like, I thought that thing and then it came to me. So I talked to him, sent him pictures of my home, got my quote. And so I'm going to be getting help from Judy on the Spot by the end of this year. Every room in every home, I'm going to go into each room and just look and stare and smile. So I'm going to get everything organized, and then I'm going to be working on the concept of minimalism too. So I'm decluttering. Okay, I'm organizing, I'm decluttering, and then I'm going to get into minimalism because we all have, at least in America, most of us have just too much stuff, and I want to get just a minimal look instead of just, we don't need all the stuff we have. I know, at least I don't. So I'm going to be getting rid of stuff, and I started yesterday. I didn't mean to be talking so long. Now I'm just conversating with y'all. I started yesterday. I put my first item on Facebook Marketplace. And that item was sold within 5 minutes. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Everybody talks about Facebook Marketplace. I've never bought anything from that. Have you ever bought anything from Facebook Marketplace? And I had never put anything on there until yesterday. Now I'm going to get addicted to Facebook Marketplace because I'm going to be selling some stuff in my house. And then everything I sell, I'm going to invest in the cryptocurrency. The money. That's my plan. All right, guys. Well, you all have an awesome day. I'll be coming back later, and I'm going to be making another video about my t-shirt. I don't know if you know what this means, but I'm going to make another video about that. So you all have an awesome day. Get off that rusty nail, and let's create a great 2021. Bunmi Moore, and I'm out. Bye-bye. See you, Felicia.